investigated by the public protector, cleared. Those who tell you that I procured spying equipment, and then even go to an extent of writing to the public protector cleared. They write to the IGI. The IGI said, but it must be investigated by the SSA. The SSA comes and say, no. We saw these things. There's no spying equipment here. And even these things that were procured here cannot be even repurposed for anything. It's a report that comes from SSA. Now, what I'm saying is that this is a political environment, and if someone goes and opens a case against you and there's a case, act on it, and it never happened.
Okay. So there was no case that was opened for that. Even the equipment, because I was going to come for that equipment that we're talking about, an irregular expenditure that was incurred by the city of Johannesburg because of the equipment, procurement of the intelligence gathering equipment.
No.
There's nothing like that during your era.
Let me respond. There is nothing like that. Honorable members, when you say you are a world-class city, and then I say the city of Joburg is the mega city in Africa, and we've got a forensic department that is not able and capable, how do we make the city to be able and capable? How do we make the city to be able to carry itself in terms of the investigations? Now, I said, you know what, I worked for the Scorpions. They had a unit called KICO, Crime Information Collection Unit. In the Hawks, they have PCMC, Priority Crime Management Center, Information Management Center. Now, I needed an instrument that when I walk into the war room, I can see what is happening in the city at once. And that being the case, what you do is that we need technology. We need to invest in technology. Even the police now, they're saying we need to invest in technology. You need a situation where the city's got, I think, 13 departments and 23 entities or vice versa, but that is the numbers. I must know the crimes that are being committed at revenue services, at water affairs, water department, at J-Water, or at Zoo, or at City Power. In those respective environments, I must know the type of crimes that are being committed there, but I must also check on the modus operandi of this crime that is being committed here. Is similar to this one, similar to this one, and who are the role players that are coming in. So if you don't have technology that assists you to be able to get that type of information all at once, I must know that how many cities' properties, how many buildings in the city are hijacked, so that we put the red dot in those that are hijacked, so that when I look at the wall must tell me that here is a cluster of hijacked properties. That building and that property and that property, they are hijacked. This one's the police have acted, and this one what you label them red, green, and yellow. And the yellow will have its own status. Green, it has been arranged, it's in court, and this one is foreigners mainly. And so that what you need to do is you plan your operations according to what the system tells you, that we've got so many buildings that are hijacked, and then you must be able to know that who's behind the hijacking. Is it the same group of people, or you have different numbers of people? So this is just technology. So now, what is worse that we need to understand, honorable members? In the city, I will never wake up and sign a check and go and procure something. You make an application that must go right up through the budget steering committee, and right up to the council where maybe something gets approved. But above all, the person who complains that I procured spying equipment, it is his wife who procured those spying equipment, working for the city of Joburg. So This thing of making allegations for the sake of making allegations because you want to taint a person, they don't really work. That is why nothing happened to date, and nothing will happen ever.
Okay. In your statement, and even...
Honorable Sokanyel, General, who is the person accusing you of buying spying equipment?
Initially, I do know that the former city manager, Fred Brank, was the one who was accusing me, and then supported by a gentleman called Mesuli Mlandu. And this Mesuli Mlandu is a guy who was fired from Eastern Cape and then was employed in Ekurhuleni, was fired from Ekurhuleni, and then he started accusing and running after the former minister of Ekurhuleni, Mondli Gungubele. You can check the articles. So himself, there were investigations running against him. How he got to be on the other side and started attacking me and challenging me and fighting me is because there came an instruction that say all senior managers of the city needs to be vetted. When we sent a team down there and say, we are told this man was fired in the city of, in Eastern Cape. He started saying, no, I'm conducting clandestine investigations against him. They are not clandestine investigations. Everybody must just submit the Z04, 204 papers so that everybody can be vetted. But he didn't want to be vetted at all. And above all, there were investigations that were registered where he assisted in the employment of a lady called Anela Kwababa, who had the qualifications of being a registered nurse somewhere there, because she created the impression that she's got HR-related qualifications when she did not have HR qualifications. Even now, I think she doesn't have, but this is a person who's occupying the most high position in terms of HR-related. So there are other people who think because of how forceful they are, how powerful they are, how strong they are in terms of character, they can force their way through and get what they want. And you will realize that even in the city.
I think I'm fine with that.
Thank you.
So did these accusations happen when you were still their colleague?
Yes.
You had not left the city?
No, they happened whilst I was in the city and they were investigated and I was cleared. They even attempted to stop their powers for group forensics to investigate. I went to court, the court ruled in my favor. All these things were investigated. I'm very much concerned when they are trying to get this again through the back door and have this thing resuscitated.
So are you saying Honorable Sokanyile is a backdoor?
No, this is a dead thing that needs to remain dead. They shouldn't be bringing this. You know, when Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi was talking about state capture, he was talking in a sense, not state capture, when he was talking about...
No, it's fine. I don't want you to debate the questions. I just wanted to clarify. And remember, this clarity emanates from the statements that you made yourself that I did not buy spy equipment, but the person who accuses me of buying spy equipment, it was his wife who bought those equipments.
Yeah, the equipment that were procured. His wife was part of the steering committee, and her signature is also there.
Thank you.
No, it worries me.
Honorable Sokanyile.
Yeah, it worries me.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just want
you assisted me because I was going to ask about Mlandu. I'm from Eastern Cape in Tata.
He was fired in the Eastern Cape. Even in
No,
it's fine. It's fine.
No, look.
No, you don't.
General, don't be agitated.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to put things behind or putting things through the back door. I'm just looking because when we're in the city of Johannesburg trying to combat fraud and corruption, there are these allegations. Now, you went back to SAPS. There are allegations, for instance, he came to your office and to inquire about supply chain. Why would he go to your office, Brown Mokgotsi, on a supply chain related issue, not going to manage a supply chain, for instance, a senior person in the supply chain, or the national commissioner?
May I ask the honorable member to rephrase her question because she's put her facts upside down.
Oh, okay. Mkhwanazi, Nhlanhla, they're one and the same people. I'm saying that you said yesterday, Nhlanhla went to your office to ask about a supply chain related issue. Then I'm asking why not go to a supply chain person?
Just hold it there, Honorable Sokani. Honorable Nombalo.
Chair, I thought you were going to call the witness into order. The manner he has addressed the member is unwarranted and undesirable. To say a member has put herself upside down, what is that? You've got a responsibility to protect members and witnesses who must engage each other with respect here.
Yeah, he said the question. I think he might have wanted to say the facts have been mixed.
Yeah.
And I think the member understood it because instead of mentioning the name of Nhlanhla or Mr. Nhlanhla, she mentioned Mr. Mkhwanazi, but the witness understood the context to that the member wanted to ask about Mr. Nhlanhla. And that is why, look, we can pardon him for the language use. I don't think it was intentional. He would have wanted to assist the member to say, but it's like your facts are mixed. If we can have the facts reorganized. And for that, I did not fault him. You can proceed, Honorable Sokani.
Fine.
May I apologize if this is how it came out, because I didn't want to use the word the honorable member confused this, the thing. It would have been more, it would sound like I'm saying the honorable member is confused. So I didn't have the right word, but I apologize. I'm ready for the question, Honorable.
Accepted. You can answer.
What was the question?
I was saying that you had a meeting with Mr. Nhlanhla about a supply chain related issue who came to complain. Then I'm asking, you didn't refer Mr. Nhlanhla to a person responsible or a senior person in the supply chain department or the national commissioner? Why didn't you do so?
Honorable Chair and members, when you are or you have been awarded a tender by the South African Police Service, which have gone past supply chain. Now, the next level to complain if there is an issue was the logical thing to go to the National Commissioner of the South African Police Service. This is what he did. He went to the National Commissioner of the South African Police Service, which in that case, I was acting in that capacity.
Then the meeting that you had with Brown Mkhwanazi discussing some of the issues, you said Brown Mkhwanazi You knew him from Northwest. He's an activist. Then you said yourself, you don't belong to any political party. But you are meeting this, you met this activist and you knew Brown Mkhwanazi because he's an activist. Am I correct?
Yes, I said that. Not because he's an activist. I know him as an activist in Northwest.
Then most of the meetings that you held, either Brown Mkhwanazi or Ket Matlala, were work-related meetings, surely.
In relation to Brown, I would say work-related. But if a person says, I'm coming, are you in Camps Bay, I'll come and greet you, because that's the only time I met him. And the second time when he said, I'm in Gauteng, I'm coming to consult. Are you around? And I said, yes, I'm at my lawyer's as well. Okay, I'll see you when I break, and we just greet.
The work-related ones now, the outcomes of the work-related meetings, have you ever reported them to your senior? Met so and so because of this and that?
Firstly, I indicated yesterday that the moment I got these calls from Brown Mkhwanazi, I said to the National Commissioner, there's a strange call that I found from a person who called himself Brown. But he was telling me more about me being careful that crime intelligence is following me and they are working on me and all those things. And then he said, no, continue meeting him, and where possible, you can even record him. But it didn't go to a point where I recorded him.
You know, I didn't hear clearly. Can you repeat?
Chair, General Sibiya is not audible. We can't hear him. If you can just speak closer to the mic.
Thank you.
Can you repeat your answer? I didn't hear clearly.
I don't know if I still remember the trail of thought, but what I heard was, did you inform your national commissioner? And I said, it was not a meeting per se, but I did inform the national commissioner. The very first time around, I received a call from Brown, that I received a strange call from a person who called himself Brown, but he was telling me about, that I must be careful, I'm being followed, I'm being listened to, which was the case. And said, these people are working against you because they want to push you out. That's what he said to me initially. And then I did tell the National Commission, I said, no, keep on listening to him. And it wasn't a subject to really take any further.
And then thereafter, you knew Brown Mkhwanazi because you are saying that you told the National Commissioner that you got a call from a person you didn't know.
Yes. And SE phones, I took the calls.
When you said yesterday, your hatred or the hatred, the presumed hatred between yourselves and General Mkhwanazi, you saw it, it was there. Is that the reason why you had to communicate with the junior officials in KZN instead of a provincial commissioner?
Those are two different things, Honorable Member. The hatred is something that has been displayed over time until now, and why I communicated with Deputy Provincial Commissioner. I'm the Deputy National Commissioner of Crime Detection. I am allowed to speak to a Deputy Provincial Commissioner of Crime Detection. That's the first part. But the second part is that Because when I speak to General Mkhwanazi, when I call him, many a times I call him when the relationship was all fine. You will call him, you won't find him because mostly he's engaged in meeting, whether it's engaged in a meeting with executive, business forum, or taxi people, but he's mostly involved in meetings. Now, he's the kind of a person who, when he's chairing a meeting, he will never take a phone and answer to your phone, but he will definitely come back to you much later. Now, I'm sitting here in making sure that since the minister said, may I see the team tomorrow so that I can brief them, I can hear what happened and how they got there. The minister didn't want to interfere, but remember that he is the Minister of Police. He get asked, he conduct a lot of interviews. He want to be able to account or to speak about it. So he said, can you get me the team to come and brief me so that I get to hear how we got here? And me trying to speak to General Mkhwanazi to arrange and also to please inform the PC on my behalf. Like it happens in many other provinces, I never thought General Mkhwanazi will actually take it too hard like he did. Similar situations have happened in Mpumalanga. Similar situations happened in Mpumalanga where the National Commissioner wanted to meet the team that was involved in a particular, I think it was a case where we found a arms catch or the one of Peter Retief where councillors were killed and a good job was done, but the National Commissioner wanted them to come and brief him. Now, as a result, I communicated to the brigadier, and then the PC called me and said, how? Now you are calling my people and me you are leaving behind. And these are my people. I say, General, please, I apologize. I should have started by you. And she said, no, I understand. Please, General, come with them. And she came, we interacted with them, but I apologized. And it was really not war like it is still today, just for the fact that I didn't speak to you directly, I spoke to someone who's your deputy. So it differs from character to character, from person to person. But it happens on a daily basis with all the provinces.
Okay. No, thank you very much. Thank you, General.
Thank you very much.
Before, General, you confirm the display of hatred towards you.
That's correct, Chair.
Okay, thank you so much. Honorable Nhlanhla.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chair, let me start with a disclaimer that I'm also from the Eastern Cape, and I am here not because I was fired there.
Yeah, but before, you know, Honorable Sokanyile said she wanted to ask about that person from the Western Cape, who the general has said that he or she was fired.
Yeah, Chair, that's why I'm saying I'm from the Eastern Cape.
No, I'm just checking with her. Are you no longer asking that question, or because you had promised the general that you were going to ask him?
No. I'm no longer going to ask because he has reflected how they hated him also.
Okay. Yeah, my apologies, Honorable Nhlanhla.
Thanks, Chair. Thanks, Chair. Chair, General, good morning. We are going to sectorize my questions in two. The first emanate from the answers you have given yesterday to the evidence letter. And the second emanate from the statement you deposed to this committee. When I want you to confirm to the committee that the answers you gave yesterday are to the best of your information and they are not a bad denial. Do you confirm?
Make me understand, Chair, because when the honorable member says the answers I gave versus the affidavit I deposed, they are not a bad denial. Can the honorable member take me to a specific point?
I'm saying, leave the statement for now. We'll come to the statement. I'm saying you have been asked the whole day by the evidence leader yesterday. You have provided answers.
Yes.
And in your statement, you said, you confirm that the information you are to give is to the best of your knowledge.
That's correct.
So I'm asking that you confirm on record that all the answers that you would have given to the ad hoc committee yesterday,
yes,
are the best of the knowledge that you have and not a bad denial.
That is correct.
Thank you. Your boss, General Masemola, deposed a statement in this committee. And one of the provisions in the statement say there was a meeting between him, General Khumalo, and the Minister of Police that declared you a rogue police officer. Are you a rogue police officer?
I've never been one in my 37 years old.